to the Checkered Pony podcast, episode 3. Ooh, we're moving along. I mean, okay, 3 episodes. It's not a lot. I'm Lindsay. I am the brains behind the Checkered Pony, I suppose. Although it's not a very big thing yet. So, it's a work in progress. It's fun though. And I'm loving these podcasts where I get to come on, spend a few minutes with you guys and talk yarn and knitting and projects and goals. But it's also nice to be able to just sit down for a few minutes and breathe. Because I have 4 sweet children that are driving me crazy. It has been such a long day. Right now, it's about almost 3:15 in the afternoon, and this is the first chance I've had to sit down all day. Anyone who is a stay-at-home mom, or anyone who has kids around them for any, extended amount of time, pretty much will dare anyone to ask, what have you done all day? Because, oh my goodness, we do so much. It just never ends. There's always something. Always someone who needs me for something, and I seem to be the only person who can do any of this. So I'm in high demand. If I do say so myself, I am a pretty hot commodity. But it's nice to have a few minutes where they seem to be entertained on their own. Hopefully they're not doing anything too destructive, because it's very quiet. It's very quiet. Could it almost be too quiet? I guess I'll find out when we're done, because I'm going to enjoy these minutes that I have with you guys. I have my coffee. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I still have my coffee. This is also one of my favorite mugs with horses, because I love horses. My life is about horses. Anything horses. And it needs to be mine. Like my shop, the Checkered Pony. Anything equine. Yes, that is for me. Lindsay, the horse lover. So I have my coffee and my horse mug. I made a list of things that I will attempt to just kind of breeze through. I don't have a lot to show you guys today. If really, I was mostly just taking a mommy time out. And then I thought, hey, this might be a good chance to sit down and actually get on YouTube for a little bit. Because I missed my podcast time yesterday. It was Labor Day. My husband was home. The kids were everywhere. It was just a crazy busy day. And so I wasn't able to do my podcast yesterday. So we're making up for it today, which is totally fine. I hope that's okay with you. All right, so I thought I would start off with some whips. I, again, have not touched either of my loom knit hats. I promise I'm going to. I've got to get those things done, because I am needing to feel like I've completed something. But I have worked a little bit on both my gully washer shawl and my lemon tart scarf. And I will start off with, I'll start off with lemon tart over here. I've not done a ton, but she's coming along. Like, here's the garter ridge, and now I've made it to here. So I've added a few more inches to her. And if I fold her, where's the garter ridge? Where'd it go? Okay. If I fold at the garter ridge, you can see this is about how much further I need to go to make it so where she's even on both the project I started 10 years ago and the progress that I've made now. But she's getting quite a good length on her. I mean, I'll be able to wrap her around quite nicely. I think she'll be the perfect length once she's done. And where's my yarn? I still have this much. So I'm not certain what I want to do. She's so special. I mean, even the part that I've worked on recently, it's still pretty kind of rough. So I don't know if I want to stop knitting, once I reach the same length, or if I just want to continue using up all my yarn. I have a feeling I'm going to have more yarn left over, but I hate to waste it. That's a kind of a pet peeve of mine, is waste yarn. I don't like to waste. Like when a project or a pattern calls for 2 hanks of yarn or 2 skeins of yarn, it better be coming down to the last yard in a pattern. I hate getting through a pattern and having a finished project and having like 2/3 of a skein left. What am I supposed to do with this? It's not enough to make, another thing or whatever. Makes me crazy. Although that's what happened with my Apex shawl, and I actually did have enough to make a hat, so I can't complain too much about that one. Now I will say, here's my work in progress for my gully washer shawl, and I've just added a few more rows, I think, since I showed it to you last. I have not been able to work on these as much as I would like. Seriously, we have been so busy. Our teachers did end up going on strike, as they should, and they've been on strike. My kids were supposed to start school last Wednesday, and the teachers were on strike Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Monday was a holiday, and so they were hopefully meeting to negotiate today, and we are all hoping that it's all going to be resolved today and the kids can start school tomorrow because I'm so ready. We went grocery shopping today and I got everything for the school lunches, and I'm just like, please take them. I need my break because it's been crazy, so busy. With my other job, I'm a children's director at our church, and I'm in charge of planning all of the events, and it's been so hard to get everything organized with my sweet babies under my feet all the time. And so I have been really on a time crunch these past weeks, this week especially, and I've not been able to knit. And it's hard because this is how I relax a lot of evenings especially, and I've been so wound up and just anxious and stressed, I've not even been able to knit, and it's sad. I want to knit so bad. So I think I've only put on maybe another row, like a section and a half, since I saw you last. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. But I love this pattern. I'm super proud that I figured out how to do this lace. I have not been knitting for very long. I'm coming up to maybe about 2 months that I've been needle knitting. And I've been able to figure out and follow 2 pretty much lace patterns, at least an eyelet pattern. And I love how it looks. They're so pretty. And I'm thrilled. I'm excited to see how this comes out. I think I am... I think I'm like 3 or maybe 3. Once this section is done like this, I think I only have 3 more sections to go, maybe 4 more, and then I'll be at the halfway point. Then I'll be halfway done. But it's been slow going, and that's frustrating because I've seen so many people who've, I mean, goodness, there are ladies and gentlemen, there are people, sweet people, who get their yarn and their patterns and they cast on like that, and then it's like 2 days later they're showing they're finished. I'm going, how do you do that? That's amazing. If you can do that, what is your secret? Because I would have to be knitting all day long. Although I am a slow knitter, I still haven't gotten the speed and the fluidity down yet. I'm getting there. Well, not necessarily with the speed. I'm still pretty slow. But maybe someday I'll be able to knit faster, because I would love to be able to just sit down and like do a project and have it done. done in a couple days. That'd be amazing, rather than, because this takes me weeks. I've been working on this for weeks. Little at a time, it'll get done. Okay, so those are all of my whips, all my works in progress. As far as finished objects, nothing is done, except there was there were 2 nights that I was stressed out, and I was too stressed and too nervous to work on my lace. I was so afraid I was going to mess it up because I was so like, just anxious. I had received a huge surprise from a sweet friend of my husband's, and I posted a video of it on my YouTube channel, so be sure to check it out, of just boxes and bins and bags of knitting and yarn, everything. And one thing that she gave to me was all of these sets. I've got them right here. A bajillion double pointed needles. I have never used double pointed needles before, but a bunch of patterns that I have call for double pointed needles, and I've just always put it off. I've just got, thinking, I've got so much going on already. I didn't want to dive in anything new. Well, there were a few nights that I was so stressed out. I needed something to do. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn double pointed needles. And so I found a pattern that I thought was sweet. And I picked up my double pointed needles, got on YouTube, looked up how to use them, and I got to work. And over 2 nights, I worked for maybe an hour or 2 the first night, and then just maybe another 2 hours the second night. But I was able to make a sweet little baby hat on my double pointed needles. Now, this is the first thing I've ever done on DPNs, but I am so happy with it. It has a couple little issues with it. Like, for instance, there's a couple spots where you can see that the stitches are looser, and that's just where the DPNs crossed over, and I knit from one DPN to the next. And so I'm not sure. I hope that eventually is something that I will figure out how to tighten up. But for my first project, I don't think that's so bad. And this is just a little preemie baby hat. My plan is to make more of these and donate them to a hospital. I think it was when I had my daughter, my second daughter. No, it would have had to have been my son, my last son, because it would have been just after Christmas. They had a Christmas tree set up in the maternity area, and they had little hats hanging from the tree, and as you came into the hospital to have your baby, you got to pick out a hat. And so I thought that was the sweetest thing, and so I'm going to make a bunch of little hats and find a local hospital to donate little baby and preemie hats to. And I just thought that was so sweet. And I just think it looks like a little strawberry, but it has this cute little eyelet pattern that, again, I was so excited I figured out. I did the top. Look at it, y'all. See, I'm learning. I love the feeling of learning something new and then doing it, and actually, for the most part, doing it right. I mean, because this is just the cutest little thing, and it's super, super soft. So that's the only finished object I have, but it was also learning a new skill, and I love that. I was going to go over stash enhancement. I have not purchased anything new. I did post a video previously of my most recent yarn subscription delivery, and it is for now going to be my last. I've had to suspend all of my yarn subscriptions because we are saving for our trip. And it's sad, but honestly, I have so much yarn. I know that I've got more than enough to keep me busy for a while. So it's bittersweet. It's okay. But as far as your stash enhancement goes, you have to check out my video of this sweet lady, Miss Carol, that gave me so much. It was absolutely overwhelming, and now my husband is questioning if I'm ever going to use all this yarn in a lifetime. There was so much. And then on top of everything I already had, he's like, what is going on? I need to find new places to hide my yarn because he can see it. I've got it all in my own little closet, and I'm like, I am cramming stuff in there, and then I'm like trying to shut the doors. It's so bad. And then all of my containers are just about full. You know, I gotta move faster. I've gotta knit faster so I can get through this yarn quicker. But so my stash enhancement, my stash has grown, has at least doubled because of Miss Carol. Oh, my children are fighting. Sorry, guys. I knew they were going to come in. I just knew it because school hasn't started yet and they just can't help themselves. I'm a hot commodity, like I said. High demand. Okay, next I was going to talk a little bit about the cows that I am a part of, but then I also have not even been able to start on them. They started September 1st and I have yet to even cast on. I so badly want to finish my whips. I'm really nervous and afraid that I'm gonna start something and not finish it. I just really want to finish what I'm working on. Because nothing I'm working on is too terribly difficult. I feel like I should be able to finish it and then be able to really devote myself and focus on these cows. There's a Knit Crate cow and a Hohi Locatelli cow that I have signed up for. For the Knit Crate, it's a sweater cow. And so as long as you make a sweater in the Knit Crate house fibers, their house yarns, then you're good. And so I think I have, sorry, there's a huge truck outside now. My goodness, it's so loud here today. I think I have enough of the Knit Crate house yarns to do a sweater, maybe. I know I have enough for a child's sweater, and this is the little boxy. This is the one I'm going to be doing for Knit Crate and Hohi because it's a Hohi pattern. So I signed up for this one. I also signed up for the easy one for Hohi. Again, if I can do this in a Knit Crate yarn, then that counts. And then also for Hohi, I signed up just to make a hat, and this is Rafa's hat. And so I can make that out of whatever I want. But I especially thought that looked fairly masculine, and maybe I could actually make something for my husband. So something for the husband, something for myself, and something for one or two of my daughters. But I haven't started any of them. So luckily, I think all of these cows run until the end of November. Thank goodness. That gives me 3 months. Whew, 3 months to try to get them done. Those are my goals too. Those are the cows, but they're also my goals. I've never made a sweater. I've never knit a sweater. It is that's a huge goal of mine. It's probably making a sweater and learning to cable. Those are my big, like, unicorn things that I never thought I'd be able to do. And they still sometimes seem a little bit beyond my reach. But I know that I'll get there eventually. I just need to take it one step at a time. My husband keeps teasing me because I get frustrated when I don't do something well, or if I get a little too ambitious and I want to do more than I probably can handle, and he keeps telling me that I'm kind of like someone who's just learning how to walk, and I'm frustrated that I can't finish a marathon. And he's right. I have very high expectations of myself, and I just want to do it all, and I want to do it well, and I get frustrated when I can't. But I know I just need to take it a step at a time. Okay, and that's what I'm doing. I pushed myself with my gully washer shawl and learning the lace pattern and the repeating section of a pattern. I had never, for a chart, I had never read a chart before, and I didn't know what was going on with that thing. So, you know, one step at a time, and it'll all come together. Okay, the last thing I had after I have a sip of coffee. The last thing I had were just a couple little life announcements, nothing real big, just kind of keeping it real. My birthday is next Monday. My birthday is September the 10th. And to celebrate, my husband has decided to take me on a baseball trip. He loves baseball and he loves me. So he is combining baseball and my birthday. So we're going away for the weekend to go watch some baseball games. And it's gonna be fun just to get away. You better believe I'm gonna be taking my knitting. I will take some yarn and some needles with me. And I will be sure to let you know everything that happened on this exciting baseball weekend for my birthday when I get back next Monday. That'll be, I doubt that I'll have any videos or podcasts until then, because again, we're going to be so busy this week. It's crazy. And then I'll be gone this weekend. But I'll see if I can maybe put together a little something for you guys to be able to catch a glimpse of all of the the fun over the weekend. Yay, sports! Go baseball! I love that man. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. I'm certain I need to go soothe some hurt feelings from my babies that they've been fighting, and I need to go referee for a little bit. But I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. Make sure that you like and comment, subscribe, click the little bell down there, and you'll be right on top of it. Any video that I post, anytime I go live. It was so much fun to go live for my last yarn shipment from Darn Good Yarn, because I got to talk to some sweet ladies from Wisconsin and Norway. Oh my goodness, what a blast. So, you know, if I ever have a live feed, I hope that you guys are aware of it so you can jump on and we can chat for a little bit. It's so much fun. But make sure you go over to the Checkered Pony and see what I have available. I probably won't be putting anything new up because I haven't finished anything really. But you can start getting ideas for the holidays and stuff. It's always a good thing. All right, guys. I hope you have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next time. All right? Bye, guys.